If you're a fitness professional who's struggling to generate good quality leads, then one reason might be that you've not got a list of ardent and interested folks that want to learn more about what you've got to offer. I'm a big believer that as fitness professionals, our number one marketing strategy should be to build our email list. Too often I see when I first work with fitness professionals or when I'm looking online that lots of us do not have our own websites. We are depending on our social media platforms. And at the time of this recording, both Facebook and Instagram went down yesterday. It's not the first time that happened. It only went down for a couple of hours. But of a couple of hours, if you've got no way of connecting with your your followers, your fans, then that's a problem. That's why I believe that we should all have our own website and that we should be looking to grow our mailing list because that's, as I say, our number one asset when it comes to our business. So, why am I telling you this? Well, today's training in the masterclass, I'm giving you an overview of how to kickstart that email list, and how you can do that is by creating an irresistible lead magnet and then building out your list building funnel. I'm not going into all of this today, so don't worry. But this is a large, a 6-step framework that I work with clients to help them grow their email list. It's broken down into 3 phases. Got to put my teeth in. The first of them being kickstart your email list. We'll be going over that element today. That's creating the irresistible lead magnet and the frameworks of a list building funnel. The next stage is phase 2 is amplifying your reach. We'll go into that in more detail on another workshop, another masterclass. But in that section, we look at utilizing your social media platforms to be able to build awareness of the particular offer that you're presenting to your intended audience. And from that, it then goes into engaging in real conversations with that audience. That might be via WhatsApp, it might be Facebook Messenger, it might be within LinkedIn, it could be via SMS, it could be via email. And then the third phase, we're looking longer term. It's the long-term strategy. And that's where we bring into play that you're blocking time to create and post original weekly content. If you're skilled at writing, then blog posts are an ideal way to do that. We can optimize them so that they can be found on Google. If you're more comfortable in front of camera, well, that's where having your own YouTube channel will come into play. Plus, of course, adding video to your social media platforms of choice. But then equally, what we want to be doing is then sending email newsletters. We need to, once you've got people onto your list, you want to be engaging with them on a regular basis. The very least, I would recommend once a week, ideally a couple of times a week, connecting with them. When I say connecting with them, that's not sending them your latest promotion or sales pitch. No, what I'm looking at is we want to be delivering value, building that rapport, generating and growing a good relationship with them so that you become their trusted fitness advisor, so that when it does come time for you to make a promotion, they're ready and willing to buy. But as I say, the purpose of this masterclass today is just to look at phase 1, which is kickstarting your email list. So let's go into the elements that will come into play for you on that. First of all, you've got to have that lead magnet. What is a lead magnet, you might ask? It's a valuable piece of content that you can give to your audience for free in exchange for something of value to them, which is their name and email address. And the image here is just one of the lead magnets that I have within my business to generate leads and build my mailing list. The key with creating a the key to creating a great lead magnet is when somebody receives it, they say, "Wow, I can't believe that you're giving this away for free." Too often than not, we safeguard our intellectual property, and what I mean by that is that we don't want to give away all the secrets that we have in relation to the products and services that we offer. But I feel that's wrong. I feel that if we shortchange somebody and don't give a good enough job in the first time that we connect with that person, and generally that's when they receive your lead magnet, then they're going to feel, it's not as good as what I was expected. Conversely, if we really wow them, then they're going to think, wow, if I'm getting this for free, what am I going to get when I invest in the services that you have to offer? So hopefully that makes sense. But I've always been, well, I say I've always, certainly over the last 10 or 12 years, this is the case where I've never afraid to give the best stuff away for free. That's one of the reasons why I'm doing this masterclass now, because I know that inside my paid products, they go a whole lot deeper and they are even more valuable to my audience. So let me ask you this. What does your ideal audience need to understand, be aware of, or believe in order to want or need your program, product, or service? Have a think about that. Once you think about that, let me share a success story from one of my clients, Jason. I've worked with Jason off and on for a number of years now, and primarily with content creation. He's one of the best fitness professionals I've certainly worked with over the years, and his attention to detail is secondary to none. But because of that, because he's the technician, he's got his private training studio. He doesn't have the time available to invest into his content creation. To keep the pipeline of leads coming into his business. So that's where one of the services I offer is sitting down with you on a monthly basis, working out what your goals are for your business, and looking to help you craft and create that content for you in association with what your needs and desires are, so that we can get them into play, which we're able to do with Jason, as you can see there on the screen. But when it comes to lead magnets, I want to give you some insights into the types of lead magnets that you can potentially create. The idea is that they want to follow the acronym SAGE, SAGE. They need to be short, they need to be actionable, they need to be goal orientated, and they need to be easy to use or easy to consume. Gone are the days where you give away, well, I say gone are the days. I still see lots of people, when you download their lead magnet, it's 50, 100, 150 pages long. Yes, the content may be great, but I don't know about you, but when I download those, I get so far, and then something crops up in my day which needs my attention, and I never go back to them. So my suggestion, my recommendation would be that our lead magnets that we create are 1 or 2 pages long, maybe up to maybe 5 pages in total. Then short, actionable, goal orientated, and easy to consume. So the first of them, as you can see, is a cheat sheet. These are great 1 pages or double-sided that offer steps, examples, and lots of imagery to help illustrate a strategy. And I've got an example one that I've put together here on the one-page fitness marketing cheat sheet. You can actually get that from my website, andrewwallis.me/resources, if you want a copy of that, by the by. But that's a good example. To give you an example of a fitness related one, because hey, we're talking health and wellness here. And here's one that I've found online with actually one he's not a client now, but somebody I worked with back in the day. And they've got the eating out cheat sheet, which, although it says free ebook, it's not too many pages in there, but a great idea there for those folks actually there whose audience are interested in eating out, and this gives them the guidance on how to avoid making those big mistakes when they do eat out. So nice and simple layout there, an attractive looking cover, and the landing page is nice and simple there as well. Good one for you to model on that side of things. So that's a cheat sheet. Second one is a checklist. Again, showcasing one of the checklists, one of the lead magnets that I have. But these are a great way for your students, your client base, to keep track of their progress and make sure they aren't skipping any necessary steps or action items in the process. A good one, for example, would be maybe I'm thinking of the client base I work with and the types of training I like to do. I like to do my training in the home garage or in the backyard. So maybe your ideal client base are looking at a checklist for them to put together to build out their home gym. Or if you work with everyday athletes, people that like to do 10K runs or mud races, you know, those like Spartan races, for example, perhaps you can put a checklist of what they need to do in readiness for that you know, to get the most out of that event. But overall, checklists again, nice and simple. They're short, actionable, goal orientated, and easy to consume. So a great idea for a checklist there, for a lead magnet there. Again, I've got an example there which I pulled online, the beginner's fitness checklist. So a simple infographic there that somebody's downloaded, and as you can see on the imagery here, you know, it's easy to consume directly on their phone. Okay, next up is putting a guide together. These are a little bit more robust. It's more than 1 or 2 pages, but again, we don't want to go overboard. So around about 5, maybe in this instance, you could get to 10 if there's lots of imagery in there that breaks up the text. So this, as you can see, this example, CrossFit, shape your body, and get fit. There's actually a spelling mistake on there. Works incredibly well. It looks like a magazine style approach, so that's really going to resonate with their target audience. But as I say, it's a more robust PDF that provides off the charts value for your audience. And I would recommend including a roadmap for them to follow as well. You could even add in some success stories of clients and examples to help bring what you're putting into play there to life, and ensuring that everybody gets results. But a guide is another good opportunity for you to put together a compelling lead magnet. Another example might be a home exercise guide there. So again, you can see on the tablet there that it's nice and clean looking. Those color schemes are on brand, or should be on brand, with your brand colors and the likes. So it's attractive form of content that makes it valuable to the person requesting it. Big one that's coming very popular these days are quizzes. You know, I'm sure you've seen many of them. Are your workouts right for your body type? That V-Shred put together. Take the free quiz. Quizzes can help teach you as the marketer about your audience because you're going to get the key metrics back and some good insights into, you know, depending on what questions you put into that quiz, it gives you great insights into the needs and wants of of your prospects. So I really like the idea of quizzes, and I use quizzes on Thrive quizzes by Thrive Themes. It's a nice plugin that works on WordPress websites that you can easily put together. There are others, of course, but I like what they do at Thrive Quizzes. Another one here with Brie on there with what's your workout system? So find that out. And again, an attractive, compelling looking imagery on brand with her colors and then a direct call to action on the button, take the quiz. So that's a great example there of how you can have imagery that you can easily create or relatively easy create in Canva to enable you to get that into play. So what else can we look to offer? Well, hey, we can put together some challenges. If you prefer to do audio, then audio or video lessons or workouts are another great examples of lead magnets that you can look to employ. So as you can see, the list is endless here. It's whatever you can put into play that's going to resonate, as I say, with your target audience. If you know, the more you know about that particular audience that you want to serve, then the more that will help you clearly define what type of lead magnet would make most sense for you to put together in order to attract them into your realm, into your community, into your tribe. So, if you've got this far, and thanks for sticking with me on this, and you're interested in creating lead magnets, well, which do you feel that you're going to experiment with within the next week? Is it going to be a checklist? Is it going to be a cheat sheet? Will it be that guide? Will it be a quiz? Or have you got some other ideas? And if you do have ideas, or you're stuck and you're not quite sure where to start, then hit me up at Andrew Wallis. You can see my spelling there, WALLIS. So it's at Andrew Wallis HQ, or comment in the messages in the comments below, and I can get back to you, and we can jump on a quick call. No obligation, not looking to sell anything, but can give you some guidance and some clarity so that you can build out a compelling lead magnet that's going to generate sufficient leads for your business on a consistent basis. But which are you looking at implementing over the next week or so? And if you're still struggling to come up with the right lead magnet, then in the show notes, you'll get a bonus AI tip to help you brainstorm. Once you put together that lead magnet, we've got to be able to deliver it out to folks. And what we normally do in that respect is we will, because we're collecting their email address, we're going to be sending that out to them via email. So if you do not have a CRM system, an email marketing system, then you're going to need to find one. And there's a number of different businesses out there. Finding the right one that fits for you. I personally use ConvertKit, but you could use MailChimp. You could use Aweber, ActiveCampaign. MailerLite is another one which is relatively straightforward to use. There's a whole heap. Again, if you want any suggestions, or want to discuss that, or hit me at Andrew Wallis HQ, and we can I can give you some guidance and direction on that side of things. But so next up, we're looking at, we've got the lead magnet, we've got an idea of our email provider, but we need to build that list building funnel. So you probably heard of the term marketing funnel or sales funnel, and it can get very complex. But I like simple. Simple means it's easy to implement. It's easy for the user to go through, and in it being simple and easy to use, there's a lot more chance that we're going to get the results that we want from it. So I like the power of three, and so I would recommend a standalone opt-in page. What do I mean by standalone opt-in page, you might ask? What I mean is it could be on your website, but a lot of the time on a website, you'll have the header, you'll have a sidebar, you'll have a footer, you'll have all these different attractive elements coming into play on your website that people get a bit lost. So the standalone page is one that doesn't have all of these links here, there, and everywhere. It's just got, generally it would have an image of the lead magnet, it would have your headline, and it would have the button or the form for them to sign, put their email address in and hit submit. Really simple. I've got some examples in a bit. Once they hit that button to request the lead magnet, they get seen a thank you page. Again, that's something straightforward. Say, hey, thanks very much. We've got your request. Check your email inbox within the next 5 minutes. It's on its way to you. Then to deliver the lead magnet, that's where your email marketing system will come into play. And all of the ones I mentioned before, the ConvertKit that I use, MailerLite, MailChimp, ActiveCampaign, and so on, they will all integrate with your landing page software so that as soon as somebody clicks that button, the message is sent to via the integration to your email provider, and you'll have a automated email sequence set up that gets triggered by the trigger tag, and the email gets delivered. Now that might sound overly complex. I apologize if it does. It isn't that complex. There is some nuances that we have to drill into, but there's a whole heap of tutorials out there on how to do this on the whatever email provider you look to use or landing page software that you look to use, but it's all relatively straightforward. But again, if you need any support, that's what I do on a day-to-day basis with clients, help taking the pain of putting all of this together for them and doing that as part of the marketing packages that are put into play. Interested at Andrew Wallis HQ, and we can have that discussion. But as you can see, it's a 3-step process to building that funnel. So here's an example with one of the guys I work with. I do some work with the guys at Strength Matters, and we've got this lead magnet image and landing page in place. So you can see on the right, there's the powerful image of the ebook. And then on the left-hand side, it's telling you it's a free download, gives you a benefit-laden headline, a little paragraph to add a little bit more context to it, 3 bullet points, and a big bright green button with the call to action on, get the performance handbook. So that drives them to want to do that. So it's generally your opt-in page should be short with a simple title, clear, relevant, and compelling description, and a place to collect their first name and email. Then when it comes to the thank you page, we want to keep it simple, as I say. Example here of saying thank you. This one's just got a coupon on, but I would suggest that yours would say, as I say, got your request, check your email in the next 5 minutes, and you'll be able to download the lead magnet there. Then the third step is the email goes out, and the email generally will have that link for them to be able to access the lead magnet they've just signed up for. This then gives us a way to connect with the new subscriber. And I would recommend in the email as well that you ask a question, that you're asking them to hit reply to respond to you. So that helps open up that conversation, that communication with them. Because as I always say, conversations will lead to conversions over time. So as a reminder, they're the three steps. You've got the standalone opt-in page, the thank you page, and the delivery email. So when it comes to troubleshooting, because we're not going to always hit the ball right out the park on the first go. We won't know how successful it is until we actually, take that first step and put our lead magnet into play. So as I say, the best way to test it is to get it out there and start getting feedback from your intended and target audience. If you spend time figuring out what's underneath, what they're asking, what are they really after, how can you support them, that's ultimately going to then be able to assist you in helping them solve that problem or reach that desire. So how do you find your benchmark? Well, once you've got this in play, whichever email service provider you look to use, you're going to see that it's got reporting, and you can drill into the reporting elements to see how many people have opened how many people your email's been sent to, how many people have opened the email, how many people have clicked the download. But equally, if I go a step back to the actual landing page, you can see how many people have been landing on that opt-in page compared to how many have signed up for your lead magnet. And the goal here is to shoot for 20% or higher. But the ultimate goal is that we're aiming for a 50 or 60% conversion of people who land on your landing page to take you up on your offer. Questions I get asked by clients, am I giving away too much? If you're asking that question, my honest answer is, hey, if it feels uncomfortable, we're hitting the right mark. Because as I said at the very start, we really want to wow these people. So how do we do that? By giving away a lot of value. That's going to really develop a lot of trust, and they're going to be intrigued to see what more you can give them in your paid services. Are you using the right messaging, or does it need a little tweaking? We'll only know that once you've got something launched, and the joys of marketing, or the way to succeed in marketing, is then you can start testing things, maybe changing the image and seeing if that has a marked impact on conversions, or maybe you change the headline or the bullet points. You don't change everything, you just change one element at a time, see how that improves, if it improves things or whether it doesn't. This is all about the testing side of things. But in doing so, we can really nail your marketing and get the best bang for your buck with all of this. Key thing as well is that people say, "Oh, I'm not getting as much downloads as I expected." But then when we drill into it, we find that they're not mentioning or sharing the lead magnet in enough places. They've just put it up and hope that everybody's going to find their landing page. Hey, this isn't Kevin Costner in Field of Dreams. Unfortunately, Kevin lied to us there. If we put our landing page up and we put all our effort into our lead magnet, but then we don't tell people about it, they're going to struggle to find it. and they're not going to benefit from it there. So we need to make sure that we're amplifying and mentioning it in as many areas as we can. More ways to troubleshoot. Hey, talk to your audience, get some feedback from them. Once they've downloaded it, give them a few days. And if you're working with them one-to-one, then that's a lot easier, of course. But, reach out to them. You've got their email address. What did they like? What didn't they like? What would they change? Why? Um, if the answers they give back are compelling enough, make the edits to the lead magnet, update it, and then ask for feedback again. We keep refining so that we can really drill down and make this the best possible resource for them and based upon their needs and wants. But as I say, the big thing, do a lead magnet blitz, get it out everywhere, share it with as many folks as you can, because that, as I say, will help position you above any perceived competition. And if you're interested in learning more about this, then I've actually put together another lead magnet here, which I call the Fitness Marketing Growth Engine. It's designed to help you unlock your fitness business success. And my hope and goal is that it's going to help you transform your fitness business, and providing you with the steps that you need to model what we've been discussing in this masterclass today. So if you're interested to learn more, let me know below, or you can go and grab your copy at andrewwallis.me/growth-engine. So that's andrewwallis.me/growth/engine. And you can grab a copy there for free. That's it for this session. I hope you found it useful. It's the third in our series of Fitness Marketing 101 masterclasses. It's been an enjoyable session for me. Hopefully you found the same. And I look forward to speaking to you again very soon. But for now, bye for now.